Hello again, everybody. Wayback Sports Cards. Today we're doing something way back, but it's not sports cards. It is 1993 Skybox Master Series Star Trek Edition. And you see the pack here. I've got a box, 36 packs. I bought for about $24 on eBay for the sealed box. Honestly, when you see these cards, which I'm going to start opening right now because there's 36 packs, 6 cards per pack. When you see these, you look at the artwork and say, wow, these are really only 24 bucks, but they made so many of these that unfortunately they don't carry a whole lot of value. So here you go. There's Q, played by John Delancey. 90 card base set, by the way. There's one insert called, they are called Spectra Cards, 1 out of 18 packs. So hopefully we'll pull a few, but there you go. 90 card set. That is card 49. So the 90 card set is broken up into portraits of main characters. And the main characters from the original series, TNG, Next Generation, and recently launched Deep Space Nine. Those are all featured in here. Card categories being portraits, ships and technology, spacescapes, Star Trek experiences. Then there's Star Trek Aliens, and then theatrical collection. So those cover the original series films. So you'll see the backs. Actually, I'll show you the backs real quick. You see the different colors. Those represent the different card categories that they belong to. So just to give you an idea. And it has the artist featured on the back. Some information, so a quote maybe from the artist. And then some background on the characters or whatever is featured on the card. So spend a little time on the first pack here. So again, Menace of Q, Sonia Helios, and her inspiration was the encounter at Farpoint episode of TNG. It's the first episode. So there you go. And then a quote from, looks like, I'm guessing that quote is from Sonia Helios. But yeah, I mean, great looking cards. Looks phenomenal. Then you have Fighting for Respect. Looks like inspired by Star Trek VI Undiscovered Country. There you go. Steve Gardner signature card. Obviously not a real signature. Then we've got a portrait. There you go. Wesley Crusher, played by Will Wheaton. Keith Birdsong, the artist here. And he did most of the portraits in the set. Keith Birdsong did a lot of cover artwork for the Star Trek novels. Unfortunately passed away in 2019 at the age of 59, but very much did a lot of artwork, Star Trek related. Evolution, so there you go. A Deep Space Station K7. An inspiration of that was the Trouble with Tribbles episode of the original series. And then you got a really cool artwork here of the Borg. Obviously, they were featured in TNG and in actually First Contact, so also in film. But at this point, the film had not come out. The TNG films didn't start until 1994, so the first one was Generations, and then I think First Contact was 96, a couple of years later. So the films you'll see featured in here are all from the original series. But awesome cards, really. Ships phasers. Defending the Whales. This is from, I guess, inspired by Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. We've got Sulu, played by George Takei. We've got the USS Enterprise, the NCC 1701 from the original series. Star Trek The Motion Picture. So this one's inspired by the film, the first film. And then we got Space Anonome. There you go, from TNG. I'll start to move a little faster through these, but just considering how amazing these cards look, they really kind of do deserve a little bit of time. Like I said, these can be found really, really cheap. 24 bucks for this box. There's also a 1994 Star Trek Master Series. Also looks amazing. I may pick that up. Can be had for a similar price point. Seen recent sales of those boxes around $20 to $25. So again, you know, the fronts are amazing. And you got Brent Spiner as Data. You got Guinan, Whoopi Goldberg. And then you got Mark Twain there, inspired by Time's Arrow episode. So just really amazing artwork here. Whoopi Goldberg, who wanted to play a character on TNG. She was inspired by Nichelle Nichols, who had played Lieutenant Uhura in the original series. So really cool. Big fan of Whoopi. Big fan of Whoopi's work. And she was amazing on Next Generation. So just really cool. Bird of Prey there. Yep, Romulan Bird of Prey. Kind of cool. The Catwoman. So you got some aliens here from the Final Frontier, Star Trek V. There were a couple of promo cards out there as well that were released prior to this coming out, including ones of Uhura and Worf. Here we go. Riker and Picard. I'm more of a TNG fan. I did watch a little bit of the original series as a kid and in my later life, but more of a TNG fan just because I grew up with that. Voyage Home. Oh, we got our first Spectra card, and it is a really cool looking card. Enterprise versus the Bird of Prey. And the finish is just a little different. I'll put Bones McCoy down for a second. So there you go, card S4, inspired by The Search for Spock. And so that's the first of, I assume, will be 2 of these cards. So now that the Spectra card showed up, there are 5 cards in the Spectra insert set. 1 out of 18 packs is the rate for the insert. 5 cards. One of them is this one, Enterprise versus the Bird of Prey. Docking at Deep Space Nine, Romulan Warbird, Navigating the Asteroid Field, and the Doomsday Machine. I did go on eBay to see if there were any PSA 10 sales from this set. There was 1 card that I found that sold, actually any PSA, but it was a PSA 10 of the Spectra of the Doomsday Machine. It was a PSA 10 of that card, and it sold on eBay for $100. So just to give you an idea, that's what a PSA 10 will get you, and it's got to be one of the insert cards. So don't carry a lot of value, but once again, amazing cards. There's Bones, Dr. McCoy, played by DeForest Kelly. Really cool. Star Trek TNG, so you got Leonard Nimoy showing up on TNG. The M113 life form. It's from the original series. So yeah, I mean, these are just really cool cards. And 90 card set, I might be able to complete a whole set here. We'll see. Wrath of Khan. Khan played by, of course, Ricardo Montalban. Looks like Chekhov there. Played by Walter Koenig. We've got Lieutenant Uhura, who I mentioned earlier. Whoopi was inspired by Lieutenant Uhura, played by Nichelle Nichols. And, you know, a couple of packs in, we're just starting to see some duplicates. So we'll see if I may not go through the whole box at this point. We've got Riker and Troy. Sonia Helios wanted to show the sweet off-duty relationship of Riker and Troy. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't remember that from the show, but got a chuckle out of me there. The Reliant. Oh, we have our second. And just a little bit of sticking on it. Navigating the Asteroid Field. Really cool. That is card S3. So we've got 2 of the 5. There's Lieutenant Commander Montgomery Scotty Scott, played by James Doohan. So I found two early, two of the Spectra cards real early. I'm wondering if there is a chance that we could find a third, or if we just found it all real early. And you're kind of just seeing the, actually, I'm going to go back a second. So, so there you go. The Spectra card, Enterprise versus Bird of Prey, is, I guess the Spectra ones are 5 cards duplicating the card from the base set. So those 5 that you have Spectra versions of are also in the base set. Of course, Commander Spock, played by Leonard Nimoy, legendary Leonard Nimoy. So, I mean, these are awesome cards. I'm really a big fan of these. The Nth Degree, I believe that was an actual episode. Yeah, that was an actual episode. Sulu and the Samurai. There we go. Beverly Crusher, Dr. Crusher, played by Gates McFadden. Iridian Spacecraft. Vulcan Mind Meld. It's a great shot. And then, of course, we got Captain Claw. All right. We have Excelsior Leaves the Spacecraft. Another duplicate from earlier. Another Nichelle Nichols. So we're starting to, these are all, yeah, all duplicates at this point. And we're just about, I don't know, 8 or 9 packs in. We're getting really into the duplicate range already. Just to give you an idea. I mean, this is basically the same pack I opened earlier. That's the Crusher again. And this is another reason why the box is 20 bucks, right? So, or 20 to 25 bucks. I paid 24 after shipping, but you can see you got Worf with the Batleth, I think it's called. The Klingon Batleth. Yeah, there you go at the bottom there. We got Deanna Troi from Next Generation, played by Marina Sirtis. Captain Kirk, of course, the great legendary William Shatner. Battle with the Borg. This is taken from that classic 2-part episode, Best of Both Worlds, where the ship separated from the saucer to take on the Borg. That was when Picard was assimilated into the Borg. Great 2-part episode. There we go. Picard and Riker again. Probe. So we're just seeing a lot of duplicate at this point. Double Doctor pack. Crusher and McCoy. And yeah, just already, I'd say not even halfway through this box, we're just getting a lot of the same stuff. So a few new cards. Trouble with Tribbles, inspired episode. You got Uhura and Chekhov. We have not seen Commander William Riker, played by Jonathan Frakes. And we got the Cardassians, not the Kardashians. Okay, docking at Deep Space Nine, the Bird of Prey again. Oh, got a little sticking on that one. We got Spock again. And yeah, we're at this point, you could almost see the packs are kind of the same order. At least as far as I can tell, they appear to be the same order. So I think we got most of the portraits at this point. We'll see if there's any. I'm looking at my list here. I don't think we saw. Oh, there we go. Geordie LaForge. We have not pulled a LaForge yet. Of course, LeVar Burton, famous for, of course, TNG, but Rating Rainbow as well. We got our checklist, which we have not seen yet. I don't think we've seen the Portrait of Data yet. But we'll see. This card looks like, yeah, similar. And there's just a little bit of sticking here, but I'm not seeing any paper loss. If those of you who are watching are kind of wondering. And I think a few of the films, we haven't seen a few of the film cards yet. Reaching Out to Picard. Okay, yes, this was Best of Both Worlds. This is after he was assimilated, and they're trying to bring him back. I don't think it's an exact faithful shot from the episode, but recognize that through the eyes of the enemy. There he is, Lieutenant Commander Data, played by Brent Spiner. Captain Jean-Luc Picard, of course, the great Sir Patrick Stewart. Undiscovered Country, and The Voyage Home. Of course, this is a great movie where the TOS crew end up on Earth. It involves whales. It sounds kind of ridiculous, but actually a fantastic movie. Really good. And we're just quickly going through to see if there's anything new. We've got LaForge. We've got Kirk again. Yeah, nothing new. Actually, I don't think we've seen a Worf card yet. USS Enterprise, great shot. The Tribbles card again. We've got Riker. The cards are basically the same order. So when you see that first card, you almost kind of realize whether or not it's going to be a duplicate pack or not. This one looks new. Armada Destroyed, again featuring the Borg. Oh, History is Made, of course, the classic moment on television where Kirk and Uhura share a kiss on screen. William Shatner and Nichelle Nichols. This is a classic moment. First interracial kiss on television. Yeah, that was a big moment. This was a really big moment in television history. We have Yeoman Rand from the original series, played by Grace Lee Whitney. We've got Search for Spock card. That I think we did see already. Oh, here we go. Blast Back from the Past, I should say. This was inspired by a TNG episode where James Doohan's Scotty character visits the TNG ship, meets with Geordie LaForge, relics. Yep. I remember that. There we go. Lieutenant Worf, Klingon, played by, of course, Michael Dorn. And the Ferengi. Yeah, I don't think we've seen that pack yet. I think at this point we may have seen just about everything in here. The travel, yeah, we've seen that. Another data card. Another checklist. The Colossians. And I see, I'm just putting my hand in the pack here. We've got about, oh, I don't know, another dozen packs or so here. So I may, let's give it a few more. We found the two on app. Oh, there we go. I don't think we've seen this yet. Case of the Errant Holodeck. Data and Geordie LaForge. July 4th, 2276. USS Enterprise. Oh, the Chekhov portrait. And I mentioned him earlier. He showed up in an earlier card, played by Walter Koenig. Warp Drive. And there we go, the Wrath of Khan. Maybe the best of the TOS films. I'd say the Wrath of Khan and then probably the Voyage Home. Wrath of Khan, there you go. Ricardo Montalban plays Khan. Of course, those who may know Ricardo Montalban, famous for Fantasy Island, and for me, at least, famous for the first Naked Gun movie with Leslie Nielsen. So that one's a classic for me. I don't know about you guys, but Ship's Phasers, Defending the Whales, Sulu, Star Trek The Motion Picture. Yeah, we're kind of pulling the same. Shouldn't even say kind of. We are pulling the same stuff at this point. I was hoping to see if we could pull a third insert. See if we can get lucky enough in the next few here. These are all cards we've seen. Yeah, we've seen all these already. Oh, I dropped the pack. I might pull a few of these aside and open some of these. Another Jean-Luc Picard. Let's do two more. If we can't find anything new, I'm going to call the video. Save some of these packs for a future break. Yeah, nothing new there. We'll do one more. Blast from the Past. Yeah, we're no insert here. So I'm going to stop with the pack break right here. I've got, let's see how many packs I've got left here. Yeah, I got about 8 packs left. I'm going to save these for some live videos. So there we go. So that is 28 out of the 36 packs of Star Trek Skybox Master Series from 1993. Again, 90 card set. Really cool. The artwork's amazing. We got 2 Spectra inserts. The asteroid, navigating the asteroid field, and the Enterprise versus the Bird of Prey. So 1 out of 18 for each of those. Found those early. Just a few of my favorites, I guess. Riker, Picard, and the Guinan card. Again, there's just base cards. All the big names are there. Again, for 24 bucks, if you're a Star Trek fan, pick these up. Have some fun with these. I mean, you're gonna have a good time. The artwork's amazing. But don't go spending more than 25 bucks for this. You know, try to keep it in that range. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you're a Trekkie, if any of these kind of bring back some memories for you. But until next time, thank you all for watching. Have a great day, everyone. And live long and prosper. Take care.